Right, ladies and gentlemen, here on the show, we're going to talk about some NFL news. If I can find some other news, I'll talk about it, but really mostly probably NFL here for today. So, Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua, he didn't practice today due to his ankle injury. He suffered an ankle injury last week, and he didn't practice today. So, looks like he possibly won't be playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars in their Sunday game this week. The Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, he was listed as a limited participant in today's practice. Brian O'Neill, Andrew Van Ginkel were other guys that were limited. And I don't know if it was a fake injury. I think he was actually hurt. But I don't know if he's going to be a good quarterback at the NFL level. But I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to judge him as he only played 2 games. Once he comes back, then we'll see if he's actually, good. But he was limited participant in today's practice. Scary Terry McLaurin, he returned to practice and was listed as limited. Dorrance Armstrong, Zach Ertz, Deron Payne, Deebo Samuel were some of the guys that were notable that did not practice. That's Wednesday. Broncos have designated linebacker Dre Greenlaw from injured reserve to return. So Dre Greenlaw finally back, designated for return. So players from the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns expressed outrage and concerns to the NFL's Player Association about the embarrassing playing surface last weekend at Acrisure Stadium. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I'm not part of the nerd community. But yeah, this was a story. Yeah, that field sucked. I mean, the Browns' offense is trash, but still, that field looked terrible. The Commanders have placed wide receiver Noah Brown in injured reserve, sidelining him for a minimum of 4 games. So, Tui Tagovailoa, he apologized for his comments after Sunday's game. He said, I made a mistake. We talk a lot about getting this going, coming excited, yada, yada, yada. You issued a apology. Matt LaFleur said Marshawn Lloyd is getting closer to returning to practice from the IR list, but it won't be this week, meaning rookie Colin Oliver's return from PUP is, end quote, up in the air. So there's some Packers updates here. The Bengals have placed tight end Mike Gesicki on injured reserve due to a pectoral injury. So many freaking players are going down like flies. The Colts, they plan to sign veteran quarterback Brett Rypien to the practice squad per source, while Anthony Richardson is on injured reserve. The Colts are signing him as their backup quarterback. Former Browns receiver David Bell announced his retirement. No, don't know who this is, man, but enjoy your retirement. Former Jets center Nick Mangold announced today that he's looking for a kidney donor with type O blood. The University of South Carolina has named its Department of Sport and Entertainment Management in honor of David and Nicole Tepper. To USC, Adam. University of South Carolina, buddy. The Ravens are releasing Chauncey Gardner Johnson after the safety's agent Kevin Connor and the Ravens officials came to, end quote, an amicable mutual decision. Dude, that's already 3 teams he's been released for. My lord. The Colts signed some international pathway program player from the Dominican Republic. The Commanders are signing Drake Jackson to their active roster. DJ Moore, he was taken from Northwest Stadium after that football game on Monday in an ambulance post-game to a local area where he stayed for precautionary medical evaluation. I don't know what happened, but Yeah. Carson Wentz was a full participant in practice for Minnesota today. Kyler Murray, Cardinals quarterback, he was limited in practice today with his mid foot sprain. He's always limited whether it's practice or not. Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, he's officially questionable with a hip injury for Thursday Night Football. He hasn't practiced this week. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy will return to practice today. This is all from Rappaport, giving us all these updates here. Still dealing with the turf toe. Mac Jones will also practice, and Coach Shanahan said Purdy is more limited than Jones. We don't really know that. George Kittle with a hamstring will also have his practice window open. Tight end George Kittle. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh told reporters that the team is opening the 21-day window for Khalil Mack dislocated elbow to return from IR. He has 3 weeks to be activated. Panthers coach Dave Canales told reporters outside linebacker Patrick Jones II will miss the rest of the season because of a back injury that will require surgery. So Rap Sheet talked about the Titans' head coach search, their next head coach when they have a search. He said, I will know more focus on leading, and you know who can get the room better, as opposed to who is the sort of quarterback guru. So essentially, they're pretty much looking for another Mike Vrabel. Basically. Should just kept Mike Vrabel. The Arizona Cardinals are opening the practice window for first-round pick Walter Nolan II, giving him 3 weeks to be activated. The Cowboys, they have a chance to get CeeDee Lamb back this week. The Chiefs will get Rashee Rice back, and the Lions likely will see Aleem McNeil on the field. That's a big freaking addition, man. Aleem McNeil coming back. So, after the Treylon Burks had his visit with the Broncos, he's visiting with the Commanders as well, so 2 teams he is visiting right there. Former Bears and Commanders offensive tackle Charles Leno announced his retirement. The Eagles are releasing Audric Easton from their practice squad, so they released him. So now let's get to JPA football. Rumors the Titans are likely to be open to trading veterans at the trading deadline, but star defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons will be off limits, per Jay Fowler. The team consistently denied teams at the deadline last year that wanted him, and things aren't expected to change. I don't know who the fuck they're going to trade then. Who else the fuck they have that people would want. George Pickens, who is due for a new contract, said, and quote, he wouldn't mind staying in Dallas long term. Hopefully we do bring him back long term. So rumors, the Giants are, end quote, big game hunting at the deadline for a wide receiver of interest in Jalen Waddle and Chris Olave. Why would the Dolphins trade Jalen Waddle? Shit says big game hunting. And it says Chris Olave. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't had really great quarterbacks throwing to him. I mean, he's been hurt, so Jalen Waddle could be good, but I wouldn't call it big game hunting. The Eagles are, end quote, lurking in the trade market and could look to upgrade at cornerback, edge, or even both at the trading deadline, per ESPN. I say these are 2 of their biggest needs. We'll see. Report, Browns QB Deshaun Watson Achilles is doing great in his rehab, but there's no update yet on if he's closer to having his practice window open. Kevin Stefanski said, "Oh no, I mean, that's just all. I mean, oh man, that's wonderful news right there. No way they're actually going to play this dude." Ravens head coach John Harbaugh is in zero danger of losing his job and will instantly be the #1 candidate in the offseason if he was fired, per ESPN. Whoever hires him will quickly realize Lamar is probably the only reason he has a job. Per report, the Panthers plan to give Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard touches regardless of who starts the game at running back. I would just have Rico Dowdle start, but I mean, they could be something. Could they be Sonic and Knuckles? Probably not. Rumors, multiple teams believe the Raiders could be willing to part ways with receiver Jacoby Myers. I could see it. Report, the Chiefs won't ease Rashee Rice back in slowly, planning to allocate huge workload as soon as possible And the graphic heavy load. Pause. Pause. Sure, he'll be at a rapid pace. Am I right? Rumors the 49ers view Trey Hendrickson as an ideal fit for their defense, but the Bengals don't seem interested in trading him. Well, no shit. Report, Cowboys star receiver CeeDee Lamb has a chance to make his return this week versus Washington. So that's really all the NFL. But yeah, that's all to say for this video. It's not really any other news with other sports. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say. NFL news. Leave a like, subscribe for more, and check some out. Peace.